A scintillating clash between Liverpool and Real Madrid took place yesterday at Anfield. Liverpool managed to impress, dominate, beat, and actually stop Real Madrid, with Arne Slot's side coming up with a 2-0 victory over Real Madrid. This is after 13 years facing Real Madrid and facing defeat against Real Madrid. So Arne Slot is currently top in the Champions League table. He's top in the Premier League table. He's in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. He is also looking to win the FA Cup. So let's look and tactically analyze what did Liverpool do that made them so strong in this game. Now, looking at this brief clip here, you can see how Liverpool managed to create overloads, especially in the wide areas, with their fullbacks and wide players. You can also notice how Real Madrid have arranged themselves in a 4-4-2, with the two banks of 4 looking to drop deep to try and limit space for Liverpool. And this is where Liverpool wanted Real Madrid to be. But you can see here McAllister uses his incredible press-resistant turn to actually play the ball onto Bradley. Bradley is able to play the ball back to Alex McAllister, who's able to beat Rudiger and actually score. Now, when you look, before we even start, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Let's look at Liverpool in possession and understand what Liverpool did when they had the ball. Liverpool were quite dynamic. Liverpool had the ball. And Liverpool were quite dangerous. So, Liverpool lined up in a 4-3-3, while Real Madrid lined up in a 4-2-4, using Valverde and Bellingham as two false nines. So, Madrid tried to press Liverpool high up the pitch initially in the game, and they tried to press them in a 4-2-4 structure, and Ancelotti tried to employ this structure similar to how he had employed it against Pep Guardiola by trying to limit central progression as much as possible. But Arne Slot's Liverpool is quite different in that the centre-back spread so wide and Kelleher's passing accuracy gives them that numerical 3v2 advantage in the initial phases of build-up as well as outlet from their wide fullbacks. Now, because Liverpool are different from Manchester City, Liverpool were having a 3-man overload against Real Madrid, especially when Bellingham and Valverde were looking to press. And because of this overload, Liverpool could easily play through Real Madrid. And factoring in the lack of legs from Modric, Liverpool will easily play through Real Madrid and automatically look to kickstart their attacks. Their main aim was to try to have Mo Salah 1v1 with Ferland Mendy, while Curtis Jones will drop into the pseudo right back position, allowing Bradley to make overlapping and underlapping runs with Mo Salah. Now, because of that overload and trying to protect Modric, Real Madrid decided to sit in a 4-2-4 structure. Main aim is to limit central progression as much as possible. But this even opened up other ways for Liverpool, and these ways were opened up by utilizing the wide areas. Liverpool had an overload in the wide areas because they had their fullbacks and their wingers wide, automatically giving them numerical superiority in the wide areas. And because their centre-backs had split so wide on either side of Kelleher, Kylian Mbappe in particular was looking to try and cover Konate. And this allowed Bradley a lot of time and space to receive the ball and look to link up with Mo Salah high up the pitch. But what did Liverpool do when they were in settled possession? Because Liverpool dominated the ball, Liverpool dominated the game, and Liverpool had the settled possession phase much more than their build-up phase. Now, because of this 3v1 overload, Real Madrid had to adapt. One way they could adapt is either by dropping their wingers to try and cover Liverpool's inside forwards, or another way is that they will look to maintain that 4-2-4. Now, Liverpool's fullbacks were very important in this phase. One is that this fullback will start out wide but deeper, meaning that Liverpool will had a wide back four. And this wide back four generated them what we call numerical superiority in the wide areas. You can see from this clip the position of Bradley. He's playing as a fullback, but a more inverted fullback. Not inverting in midfield, yes, but playing in a slightly withdrawn position from the touchline. Again, what even happens later is that Bradley now pushes into that inverted fullback position, and now Robertson is the one who's generating width down the left, and you can see the space between Virgil van Dijk and Konate as they are looking to spread Real Madrid's team. Because of this overload that were being generated, especially in the wide areas, Real Madrid had to adapt. Because of Liverpool's wide centre-backs, it became very problematic for only Valverde to look to press. And that's why we even saw Mbappe pushing forward to try and press Konate, but this even further worsened the situation because of the position that Bradley had picked. Bradley would swap positions with Curtis Jones, who wanted to be more on the ball, allowing Bradley, because he's such an attacking threat, to occupy that position in the half space. Bradley will be looking to make underlapping runs so that he can take Mendy away from Mo Salah and allow Salah to receive the ball. Looking at this clip, you can clearly see the position that Bradley is taking. And now, as Ferland Mendy is looking to try and make that run to try and stop Mo Salah, Bradley is already looking to make that underlapping half-space run, dragging Rudiger out of position. Another clip here, Real Madrid are now forced to have Mbappe dropping deep to try and cover Bradley. And that's why there was a tactical change by deploying Mbappe into the number 9 position and allowing Bellingham to come and cover this position, because he's much better at covering these positions than Kylian Mbappe. Now, there was a downside to this, because if Real Madrid won the ball, then Mbappe would have acres of space to run, especially throughout the left wing. That's why we saw a lot of counter-attacks coming from Liverpool's right-hand side, but Konate did a brilliant job in trying to stop Mbappe, though sometimes Mbappe had the better of Konate and actually put Real Madrid in very dangerous positions. But again, this can be explained with the absence of Vinicius, who would have exploited that weakness better. Real Madrid sometimes even decided to press the two centre-backs and stop them from making those passes, but Liverpool would shift in a back three, with Andrew Robertson tucking into that back line to give Liverpool that three at the back, and we will see Curtis Jones dropping alongside Gravenberch to give them that two double pivot, and Bradley staying high up. Now Salah will be the one who will drop deep to occupy that wing-back position, receive the ball, especially from Virgil van Dijk, draw Ferland Mendy out of position, and look to automatically move and dribble past him. Salah, on the other hand, will look to play those overlapping and underlapping runs, especially to Bradley, creating a lot of problems for Liverpool in this phase. And because Liverpool were facing a lot of problems in this phase with the position of Mo Salah, Salah managed to dribble past Ferland Mendy and actually made Mendy to commit a foul that saw Liverpool actually get a penalty in this game. Now, because of this overload that was being created, Real Madrid shifted across, and this allowed Liverpool to switch the play, especially towards the left-hand side, where Luis Diaz now had the opportunity to receive the ball and look to make direct runs and try to attack Real Madrid. And this is how Liverpool managed to switch the play and create a lot of problems for Real Madrid. What about Los Blancos? What did Los Blancos do to try and hurt Liverpool? They had some instances in the game, but they were dominated by Liverpool entirely. So what did Los Blancos do in these kind of situations? Now, Real Madrid also liked to build up from the back, but with them, Courtois was not quite a good passer compared to Kelleher. Liverpool were much more organized in their press compared to Real Madrid. Liverpool would press aggressively high with the aggressive highline by using their two advanced midfielders to pick Real Madrid's double pivot and using Gravenberch to cover that spacing behind. Now the problem is Liverpool's wingers will try to touch tight on Real Madrid's fullbacks, while Darwin Núñez was the one who was tasked to dictate the direction in which the press would go. But because Los Blancos were using two false nines, sometimes we saw Valverde dropping deep to look to receive the ball. And sometimes Virgil van Dijk will be so aggressive, dropping deep and winning the ball off Valverde and automatically launching Liverpool into a swift counter-attack. He actually did something like that during the game. Konate was also quite aggressive with Bellingham on the other side. But Real Madrid also had that 4v3 advantage in midfield, especially when both Bellingham and Valverde were dropping deep, because Virgil and Konate did not want to create that scenario by leaving gaps in Liverpool's backline. But when Real Madrid had settled possession, we saw them play with a 4-4. And in this 4-4, Liverpool would shift into their own 4-4 that they have used to counter a lot of teams, by having McAllister joining Darwin Núñez and Curtis Jones sticking deep alongside Gravenberch. Liverpool's wingers were quite dynamic in that they did not play as a line, but rather in a withdrawn position, ready to stop Real Madrid's fullbacks, trusting that Bradley will take care of the likes of Mbappe. But Mbappe really had the best of Bradley in this case. Real Madrid, the problem with them is that they did not have enough numbers in attack, but whenever they had those enough numbers, the threat would come from Kylian Mbappe down that left wing. So Liverpool have managed to evade their bogey team. Real Madrid, a team that has been the thorn in the flesh of Liverpool in the Champions League, taking away 2 Champions Leagues from Liverpool and actually putting Jurgen Klopp in a very difficult position. Arne Slot has beaten Real Madrid. What do you think? Leave your comments in the comment section area below, and thanks for watching.